My soul consciousness is being messed with really, really bad. I need spiritual help. Please help. Soul consciousness is being fucked with really, really bad. Especially by the broad who soul swapped me. I got Ashley, Terrell, or Ashley LaFouche, I think that's more accurate. So it's be a childhood friend thing. Alright, I've been playing 117 hertz combined with 800 hertz, along with 1248 hertz all night on this possessed phone. Anyways, I'm just praying I'm doing the right thing. I got robbed like a motherfucker, but bro, I don't want to go into too many details. First put this shit on me. I was going down memory lane, of being afflicted with this shit. My poor spirit team is like, just wait in bed till my real highest self comes and put me back. But, anyways, I can't stand the way this bitch, I can't stand a prissy bitch, I've been through a lot in my life, and, I heard in that August 22nd, 2022 timeline where I got soul swapped. I had that bitch who soul swapped me, Ashley LaFouche and stuff, making herself my highest self and almost doing it point blank yesterday after I merely did a video. I waited for the Egyptian gods to put me back together. And I was told today, I would have to wait 5 fucking hours for my real highest self to show up. And I don't have the patience. My highest self is fucked up. Everything's fucked up. Man, I did a video yesterday. I fucked up everything. That poor child spirit guide was telling me and warning me not to do a video. With that being said, I got fleeced really, really bad, excessively. And it seemed like everything's coming through the I'm just unsure as to what path to take. With that being said, I'm not trying to use, because I had them evil motherfuckers, and Meghan Markle and them take my highest selves, put them into their consciousness. I don't know what else the fuck they did. It's a lot of evil shit. I'm being gatekeeped by that evil shit. I just, the baby was telling me, wait 5 hours and, your real highest self will show up. And I don't have the patience. I really fucking don't. Anyways, I got some tea tree all around with lavender oil from a company called Sujajuba, and because everything is all fucked up, I brought some from the cuckoo company or whatever yesterday, and it worked against me. They, because it goes by your highest, some shit like that. I had a lot of my shit, I believe, taken out because it's the Illuminati, it's the Mountbatten Windsors, Rothschilds, Meghan Markle, who was made to sacrifice, Cersei's, Philippe Cersei's the Rothschild, and Filipina de Rothschild, they attached to my consciousness. Meghan Markle attached to my consciousness during this 10 when I would go down to Mexico, and I actually saw the fate of my dad. She actually snatched my parents up, put them into her consciousness, and kept making them vanish. And turned my dad into a parakeet so I wouldn't be able to help him. And I'd be getting all sorts of, I'd be trying to fucking parse through what them fucking roaches are saying, and you get a lot of conflicting shit with that. Because they all fucked up, and from what I saw last night, a lot of them got thrown out. My Archangel Michael fucked up. I heard he got destroyed and everything. Hi, Bert. I'm putting it out there. I really don't give a fuck. At this point, I'm very disgusted. And I keep having all my shit get fleeced by these evil motherfuckers. And just made to go through pure motherfucking hell. I'm gonna fix my other phone today. The SIM card inexplicably is not working on this phone here, and this is the better phone. I'm just, anyways, I brought the stuff because it's like with almond oil, get your shit back. I just wanted to get my shit back. And, the roaches, they were like, look, that bitch wants you to keep that shit, get rid of that shit. Yeah, I brought that shit that I should have. Didn't even open it. I got fucked up. I'm just gonna say I had them take out all sorts of shit. All sorts of shit. And I'm in the process of trying to retrieve that shit back. The roaches were dropping frequencies on how to get that shit back yesterday. And it's just, in the middle of the night, these motherfuckers, they keep stealing my fucking parents, killing them off. And it's hell, and it's the real deal from that timeline. And it's hell trying to get them back. This bitch, when she rolls up on you, she be caressing like a fucking white person, and I can't stand that. To get to that bitch Meghan Markle and them, all of them are androids, they're cyborgs. It's true that the Rothschilds got breeding rights to them. So for them, all you gotta do is, they kill off the motherfuckers and feed off energetically the motherfuckers that they kill off. They fucking with my child consciousness right now. From what I understand, she was the last aspect of me or some shit like that. But from what I understand, right before they incarnated, like Prince Andrews, who, he was a gay black dude born in Chicago. He's supposed to, they pick on what you can contribute. Meghan Markle was a he-K or something, fucking up he-K. But, with him, it was because he's supposed to be related to, you put your hands on me, man, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. Get the fuck away from me. I banish, I rebuke you. Get the fuck away from me. I can't stand relying on this unstable ass shit. Them roaches be trying their best, but it's just like, I don't have time to be sitting in fucking bed for 5 motherfucking hours. For something I think should be pour the cars, in the maintenance. It's my fault, but I'm not going to go into too many details. I lost a lot in the spirit plane last night. A lot of timelines. Remember when I had my laser pointer down, Paris and Zoe Jennings and them, Pierre Holmes. Took a lot of timelines. They keep fucking with that child consciousness really, really bad, and it seems like the gatekeeper's that Ingrid hybrid. Like I say, I'm just gonna put shit out there on Front Street. I don't have time for the fucking bullshit. I really don't. I should have kept that, because that, kept a lot of that shit at bay. Destroyed a lot of Anurai 14 aliens who were helping me out through Atlas, but I should have never got rid of that. I should have kept that motherfucker. I had all sorts of discouragements to get rid of it. But anyways, in the middle of the night, I feel like there's nothing in my consciousness right now. My child consciousness was active in some capacity. I feel like there's nothing right now. And I feel like that slinky ass bitch is like, shh. Get the fuck away from me. I rebuke you. Back the fuck up. And you have to put my shit back without your consent. You the Mountbatten Windsors and Rothschilds and Meghan Markle. It's hell trying to get shit back. When you start to get shit back, the shit starts fighting you, using your own inner entity attachments against you, fucking with you internally. And it's just disgusting. And like I said, when you're about to get something back, they start irritating you, fucking with inner entity attachments, all sorts of evil shit. Stop with the and stop fucking with my parents talking about some shish. They fucked up Baron Samedi, by the way. Like with that Jujuba shit, you need a soul contract. Turns out it was a motherfucking lie. But, yo man, get the fuck away from me! And put that shit back. I'm just irritated. I lost a lot of consciousness in the middle of the fucking night. I was getting all sorts of mixed, conflicting shit from the fucking roaches. They were like, you being put back, and you're not. Woo, woo. And like I said, I know I fucked up putting this shit out there because I got attacked by that Lafouche, Ashley Lafouche. I'm trying to discern what the fuck her name is. I keep coming close. I saw something like this here the other day. That's the bitch that soul swapped me, Ashley Tyrell. But anyways, that's an evil motherfucker. The minute I start getting shit back, they start threatening to kill my ass off for getting my own in the body parts back, talking about you gotta die, woo woo woo, you gotta die, woo woo woo. And I hate it. I'm made to feel helpless in my own fucking body. Don't keep the fucking almond oil because they tainted it because of the other shit. I understand it's because the energy. Sam was like, just throw everything away. And it's like, nigga, I ain't got the money. So I sacrificed me a long time ago to get that shit. So fuck off. Cleanse it. There's just, my spirit team is fucked up. Yo, get the fuck out of my head. Stop fucking with me. It's like somebody predicted when you get soul swapped, you end up getting all fucked up and you end up getting all fucked up and then energy harvested to the point of death. So you have to resolve that situation. In the past, I would help out. They say that Adele stuck in hell realms. They killed her off. I believe, what's the other broad's name? I heard the mama, Tokyo Tony, don't really help ass out. Black China, Angela. A couple of others. But to make a long story short, I hear these evil motherfuckers. I hear Eugenie, Mountbatten Windsor. They were all in my entity attachments talking, and Baron Samedi was saying that that's a sign that you need to get that shit the fuck up out. You got to do something about it. And he's fucked up. He's extremely compromised. But anyways, with that being said. I was under the impression, stop putting your fucking finger in your mouth and then putting spit on it and fucking with people, man. Get the fuck out of here. The minute that bitch started encouraging that shit, throw that shit out. But I'm like, there's always, a different option, man. You should be able to fucking cleanse that. Stop talking. Stop. They turn my parents into entity attachments. They put them in Jacob Rothschild's. Them and the devil. He was trying to help my dad out, so he put them on. They put him in his consciousness, and we're tormenting the shit out of him. From what I understand, it's coming from the non-mirror universe version. Meghan Markle got a lot of her shit trapped in her mirror universe. A lot of our consciousness in her mirror universe version or something, as well as her. Like I say, they made her the sacrifice to try to get my shit. I'm irritated because as I'm talking, these motherfuckers moving around. I understand how essential this shit is, but it's irritating having to put up with this shit and be, I'm gonna say this, my child self was absolutely right when she pointed out and say point blank, you're gonna have to call on the Egyptian gods because they don't, it's like with the Getty Villa, there's a lot of cloning and all of that. They don't allow for that. You're not supposed to do that. And they're the ones who rule everything. But something about through millions and diet they run the Egyptian gods. And so, with that being said, I thought I was getting put back together in the middle of the night last night. But turns out that's not the case. They were stealing a lot, taking shit, moving shit around, confusing shit. So, they were putting my Archangel Michael, I think, on the MK Ultra or some shit. Stop putting it and combining it with hers, Meghan Markle's. It's a reptilian. And those are supposed to be entity attachments created by the whatchamacallit, the Egyptian gods, the reptilians and all of that. I'm going to mention, too, another way, this is what I wanted to say. Kill off the Mountbatten Windsors and Rothschilds. They function through the main consciousness right here. So take that out, use Palo Mayumbi and all of that to do that, and you can kill her off. Another way is, I don't want to do this because I'm not a heartless motherfucker. They feed off of the people who are supposed to incarnate in their bodies. So what you do is, you can use your third eye, 694, 695 hertz to find them motherfuckers. And try to woke them back. Woke them out of their hell realms. I remember hearing in the spirit plane a soundbite of Britney Spears. That's why she started going weird, and she felt weird around the so-called royal family. Them niggas ain't been royal since the 1700s. Like I say, your boy owns breeding rights to them. The Rothschilds. That's why they got a picture of one of the Rothschilds, Evelyn. That's a pretty name for a guy. Pointing at Prince Charles. So to make a long story short, the way you get rid of them. And I'm going to keep doing videos. I'm going to do one later on. I know I'm going to get fucked up. And your hybrid and all of that. And, the other shit. Hopefully I don't fuck with that. They were trying to block me off from my ancestors. I just feel like there's better ways to do this shit where I'm not being held hostage. That's me. I mentioned all that shit where Julian Sands got caught up. It's like poor. Anyways, I ain't got time for the bullshit. To make a long story short, it's like if you haven't got, a friend of mine I knew at the hospital was saying when I had to stay there. I wonder if that's his real name. I don't know. Take power into your own hands. 446 hertz is the power frequency. 195 hertz. I was using that on this phone because it's a fucked up phone. It's an astral phone. To reclaim my power, 195 hertz, which is ancestral, and that ended up fire, and then I saw that royally. Them roaches were showing me. With that being said, the way to kill the royals is they're literally cyborgs. Use 3517 hertz or 117. Well, I don't want to say 117 hertz combined with 800 hertz because that rises the dead and that affects, if you got physical bones and all of that. I think that would be a good frequency to put my parents maybe perhaps back together, but they fuck their entity attachments up. So maybe 3517 hertz. I almost want to say 4217 hertz. A couple of that can revive a person. But 3517 hertz, they're original, the ones that were supposed to incarnate in their bodies. 3517 hertz them to get them out their bodies. Don't use the other frequencies. I feel like they're gonna use it against you. Anyways, Britney Spears, when she rolled up on Prince William, she saw his teeth were fucking decayed, and then she saw, they say we allow like the Mexicans, because we mixed, and the Spanish even settled it. Instead of the French court, it should be known as the French Española Cabello, because the Spanish settled it. Remember hearing the other day that old nasty redhead supposed to have red hair. Saw it last night from that timeline. Ashley LaFouche. I think I got Villamie Lafra. Put this shit on. Lafayette. I was trying to find out what her name is. It fled. I almost want to say it. That's in accuracy. I saw LaSalle, Lafayette. I know a classmate of hers was LaFouche, but I know that's not the right one. So I'm gonna keep on, putting steady pressure on it. Keep on trying. But anyways, when she looked at Williams, Britney Spears, when she looked at Prince William, that's why they're trying to destroy Baron Sam. They talking about putting him under MK Ultra and all that evil shit. And I see it. My child spirit guide was showing me it's real. A lot of it. I feel it. I see it. But anyways, when she saw his teeth, she saw that his real self, who was supposed to incarnate in their body, was trapped in the hell realm. Where he was on the pole, he was not immolated, because immolation is something you do to yourself, but he was on the pole, stabbed on the pole, being eaten and torn up by people. So those are some evil, anybody who wants to marry, you ain't gonna really get security. You got to do the rituals to keep the money. And I mean, killing off is mostly Africans because of their spiritual content. A lot of them fucking mayates, niggas over there, they sell themselves short by sacrificing their own people. That's why a lot of them are quick to get them welfare homes, counselor homes over there. When I was, me and my road spirits were trying to put the original child, who was supposed to incarnate in Queen Elizabeth's body, in there, we were getting attacked. From what I understand, she was able to successfully do it. Use 694, 695 hertz, third eye, to make sure she's in. From what I heard, they were like the African Spiritual Union, whatever. They were like, okay, we know Queen Elizabeth, but we don't give a fuck. We're going to let her incarnate regardless of what she's doing to our own people. That's some ignorant ass nigga mayate shit. I'm proud to be a black American because at least we stick together. Africans are cool. They cool people. They always look out for you. But that's not cool to do that to your own people. There was a lady who I knew way back in the good old days when I was in LA County who was African, who was talking about all the evil shit that our own people were putting on her. And it was the most saddening thing. I was gassed at it. But anyways, I'm just gonna say I need spiritual help. A lot of my shit got taken out, torn out. It's like, last night I was waiting on, it's always a different transition, waiting on help and not being able to get the accurate shit. And apparently they got in this Ingrid hybrid acting as a gatekeeper. I don't have time for the bullshit. I really don't. So with that being said, is the frequencies having me and my parents especially, we need help in that timeline, man. It's fucked up.